Hey everyone, Drew Stevens here, Senior Producer on Sea of Thieves, sitting in for Joe for another dev update this week. First up, wanting to talk a bit about Skeleton Thrones. We know that the best player stories and the best encounters with Sea of Thieves are with your friends, they're with other crews. So we're really excited to try and make sure that upcoming adventures really have some multi-crew, some social aspect to them. We feel really strongly about the social aspects of these adventures, but we know that we need to give players better tools to be able to find other crews in the world. So expect us to work on this for future adventures as they come through. We've heard the conversations around how long it's taking players to get through the Build Rat adventures and to really access all of the time-limited cosmetics that we make available during that time. So we're shifting our future Build Rat adventures plan into a 2-week cadence. So expect every adventure that drops in, players will get 2 weeks to be able to go and enjoy the experience. They'll be able to earn those commendations and titles and unlock the awesome new cosmetics that we're delivering through. So Skeleton Thrones will still be available all the way through this week for you to continue and try and finish off those last commendations and purchase some of the cool Bone Crusher set that we've still got available. Next up, Doubloons. So there was a couple of questions and comments that I've seen over the last week about a bit of confusion around the second currency that we've brought into the game. We've seen a lot of feedback around social about whether this is a premium currency, whether microtransactions are coming to Sea of Thieves in this way. Build Rat Doubloons are never going to be a premium currency. We never expect players to pay real money for the Build Rat Doubloons. Realistically, we want players to jump in, get involved with the adventures, and you're going to have to earn these doubloons. They're never going to be available as a microtransaction model. Next up was persistence of this currency. So this currency is going to act exactly the same way as gold. It will save to your character, it'll save to your account. And it'll also persist between events. So if you don't want to go and buy the Bone Crusher stuff or the gold bags or the reputation bundles for whatever reason this week, doubloons will carry over from adventure to adventure. Don't feel pressured to have to spend all your currency before the end of this Skeleton Thrones adventure. You'll have it ready for the next one. Next up, reputation bundles. We've heard your very clear feedback that the reputation bundles really aren't hitting the mark. The purpose of these reputation bundles was to help players on their journey through to Pirate Legend. Players could go and experience the new content in Sea of Thieves through the Build Rat adventures, gain the Build Rat doubloons, and be able to bolster their experience on the route through to Pirate Legend, especially those people that are at higher levels. We're taking a real good look at them, and we're going to switch the implementation over. So instead of giving like a flat rate of XP, which is what you've seen so far, we're going to change them over so that you can effectively buy a full level. So this will do the same from a level 25 player and move them to level 26. Also, it would change a level 48 player into level 49, so they're incredibly valuable at high levels. We're still putting the finishing touches on this work and testing it out and making sure it feels great, but we're looking to make sure that this is all in the build ready for our next adventure that we deliver. So on to this week's patch. The Megalodons are back. Expect to encounter these emergent threats out in the world. They've also got a range of different personalities, so expect to find some timid ones that are going to steer clear of your boat, but also be aware that there's some incredibly hyper-aggressive ones like the ones you encountered during the Hungering Deep. So that's what's coming in this week's patch alongside our regular bug fixing and performance improvements. So on to next week's patch. We're looking forward to deliver our next Build Rat adventures, the Gunpowder Skeletons. So skeletons have found a way to be able to pick up and carry kegs, and they're 10 times more scary than they were before. As with Skeleton Thrones, there's a range of new challenges for players to face as part of the new Gunpowder Skeletons adventure. Expect to gain more doubloons to unlock some cool commendations and cool titles, and players are going to be really excited about the new skeleton themes weapons that we're dropping as part of this event. We've also looked to address some of the replayability feedback that we've had from the Skeleton Thrones, so expect some legendary commendations to come into this adventure, so players can choose to play for longer periods and effectively replay it with different crews in different ways to gain more doubloons as you progress through. Also in next week's patch, we're trying to address some critical bug fixes. So the double snake venom bug, the hair clipping into long jackets, and specifically the skeleton accuracy with pistols and blunderbuss. We're going to try and tackle all these as part of next week's patch as well. And that's it from me from this week. So stay tuned next week for the next dev update. Take care and see you on the seas.
Thank you very much for watching. If you want to stay up to date with everything Sea of Thieves, then subscribe to our channel and click that little ship's bell for all those notifications. Cheers. Don't worry, I'll I'll just wait here. I'm not doing much anyway. Couple of good videos there if you want to watch.